This is a bit of an experiment for me. My name's Lizzie. I work as a creative specialist within oncology. I work with both patients and staff, encouraging well-being through doing origami. It's a way of really creating a moment of complete focus where everything else disappears. I think more than ever that's really needed in this time. So this is an experiment. I thought I could create some films, and I can also do live sessions as well for you to encourage a little moment of taking some time out. This could be back at home or it could be in the hospital. I'll just show you first of all a few creations that I've made, which I hope can inspire you. I'm obviously trying to work at home at the moment. Some beautiful tulips. So I'd walk around the wards, make bunches of flowers. These things obviously can't be done at the moment, but I thought maybe I could reach more of you and maybe inspire you to do something, or it could just be to watch. I think it could be, patients have described it's very calming to see something being made. So I thought what I'd do is show you how to make this very beautiful, simple lotus. I thought create your own moment of peace, and you're very welcome just to watch or to have a go. And for this, all you need is a simple piece of A4 paper. I'm going to really take my time on this. It's not about being slick. It's about showing you the process of giving yourself the time to try something new. And while you're doing that, I hope everything else will disappear. So origami wasn't something that I had thought I'd ever do. I'm actually originally a scientist and I work as an artist. And it was a patient who asked me to learn how to make a lily. And she felt that doing that had really helped her when she was in hospital during times of uncertainty. And she'd made flowers to show her gratitude to others. So she asked me to learn and to pass it on. So I've been doing that with both patients and staff. And it's a lovely moment when you're just connected to a very simple material, but actually an astonishing material. Truly, the possibilities are endless. So I'm going to move the camera around. And I will, as you can see, I do love a lot of colour. You're getting to see people's homes now, but I think it's the only way we could do it. And hopefully gives a little flavour of what it's about. This is one of my paintings too, of blood cells. So I'm going to get a piece of A4 paper. So if you can go and grab yourself a piece of paper, any paper will do. They're truly, I think it's very easy to feel you need something special. You don't. Any paper is great. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to direct this down. Let's see if this works. Don't know if you can see that. So there's the A4 piece of paper, and all I'm going to try to do is make to all a square. So to do that, you just simply take a corner and fold it down. Now I'm going to do this on the surface because it's easier to do, and I want to get it all lined up. I haven't prepared anything, so you're really seeing how you do it yourself. So with origami, I like to say 3 rules. My first rule is be very precise. If you start well, everything goes well. If it starts badly, it all gets worse. So, I'm trying to make my square. So you can see I've got a good square. You could use scissors, but you know what? You don't even need to do that. I'm just going to simply remove that rectangle. So I think I might maybe fold it over. Just trying to get that lined up. Looks a bit like a hat now. So origami is actually something that we've done as children and hopefully had a bit of fun, and you'll find it's very suitable for adults because if anything, kids really struggle to do things accurately. I'm just going to tear it. You know what, we don't need to do things perfectly. This will do. So you can see it really is just a piece of paper, normal A4 paper. There we go. So sorry, I was giving the 3 rules for origami. So my first rule for origami, be very precise. Get things very much lined up and it will go well. Get things done badly, it will get worse. So let's start well. Second rule is to give good strong folds, as I was giving really good strong folds, because that's what gives you the structure. And my third rule, not to forget, is to remember to enjoy yourself, because that's what it's meant to be about. Right, so don't take it too seriously. This is meant to be a bit of fun. Right. So I've folded it over, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to fold the diagonal. So I've already folded one diagonal, and I'm going to do the other. Now I thought I'd show you the lotus because not only is it a lovely symbol of peace and calm, and it's very beautiful, it may be one that you can remember with time, and also it's very similar to the chatterbox, you know, the fortune teller things which we used to make as children. So you may remember it. So there we go. And then, like the chatterbox, I'm going to simply bring it to the middle. Oh dear, melting there. So I'm going to bring that to the middle. There we go. And as I'm doing this as a YouTube video, then you can always go back to any of these points. I just wanted to make something of this time that we're, hopefully everyone else is indoors supporting you and thinking of you, and this is also a lovely thing to do at home. So if you are with others at home, then this could be something maybe to share with them too. So there we go. Nice square. Right, if you were to do the chatterbox, you'd turn it over, but we're not doing the chatterbox, we're doing a lotus. So it looks like this, and then the next step is to simply bring the corner into the middle again. So this is the second time. Like so. I'm just taking my time. It's nothing special, it's just a piece of paper, but you'll find you can make rather special things with that. And I rather like it being white. I think it's rather beautiful. It's all about structure. And even in our body, everything, our proteins, it's all about folding and beautiful structures. So there we go. Then we're going to turn over to the other side and then again bring those points into the middle. Okay, it's getting quite thick now. It's quite a physical piece, this one. But hopefully that's good. There we go. Bring it in. Bit of effort. But I was reading about how I was hearing about how it's the folding that you're putting a little bit of stress in there, which releases something, doesn't it? It's quite physical, this. But actually you want good thick paper like this, you'll see. So it looks like this. It's already a nice shape. What I'm going to do is these corners, I'm going to bend over a little bit. Like so. Can you see? And I'm going to do that to each of those corners. It's soon going to get interesting. Those little corners. It's not exact. Get something there. There we go. And then what I'm going to try to do is sort of try to unpeel these. You'll see it's a little bit tricky. I would recommend actually turning it over and almost opening this up. Let me see. You've got these corners here that I'm going to try to just fold over. It feels a little bit confusing probably at this moment. It will make sense. I'll show you in a second what I'm trying to do. But I'm trying to curve these around because then when you fold it up, it forms a petal. Now, if I just tried to pull this out, it would tear. So that's why I'm having to open it up and curl over that so that it's not going to tear. So really, each of these sides, it's amazing, isn't it? Just one piece of paper and it's already doing so many astonishing things. But I'm trying to uncurl that. It's a little bit harder because normally I'd show you in person. But also, that would involve touching each other's paper. So that's not the right thing at the moment. So I'm afraid you'll just have to puzzle it out. But it looks like that. And then you can push it and you'll find that these petals start to come together. Can you see? It's already, so this is sort of a lily. And what you can do is where there's that little bit that I'd pulled up, you can sort of pull it out a bit like so. So I find it a little bit easier to have it on the surface and then gently pulling this up a bit. So you actually need quite tough paper because it is possible otherwise to be tearing it. hope this is making some kind of sense. I realise it's all three-dimensional, so it's a little bit hard to show. But just keep playing. The thing is with origami, fold paper. Of course you can do it. You could fold a piece of paper in half. The main thing is it's about persistence and not giving up with the challenge. So I really recommend that. Right, so this is a lily. It's already rather beautiful. But we can make it into a lotus. Now, to do the lotus, it is amazingly interesting as well. It's another physical challenge. So on the other side, can you see there are these like little flaps? So these can be brought round to make petals. Now, if you just suddenly started to pull it round, it would tear. So the only technique I found so far to work for this, we'll see whether it works, there's a strong likelihood it could still tear for me, is almost to sort of feed the paper really close in, really tight. So don't pull it out or it will tear, but instead I'm pulling it directly kind of up, and I'm trying to pull it almost without looking actually. Almost found that's quite a good way of doing it. So that's it. Can you see it's now curved up? So don't attempt to pull it out, it would tear. Instead, think of it almost like you're trying to keep it as close to it, like a little sort of close piece of material. There's a strong chance it could still even tear for me. But this is working, so this is a technique I found that works. Experiment. And you've got a few pieces of paper, I'm sure, so take time, be kind that you're trying something new. And just giving yourself that complete focus on something else outside of everything else. But also, I think origami is not that simple, and you know what? That's what's beautiful about it. It's the challenge, overcoming the challenge, and then you feel a real sense of achievement. So I managed to curve all of these round, so it really is looking like a lotus. I quite like giving it a little bit of shaping as well, so you could start to curve the little petals round. You'll find paper you can sculpt a lot more than you think, so yours really will be unique. So there we go, and you can always go back a step. I could always send on a link for another YouTube video, so if you're finding this isn't that clear. But I wanted to sort of show you from me, because that's what I would normally do on the wards, and I'm really keen to give you a little bit of that little TLC that's needed at this time. There we go. So a lotus for you. I hope it's worked, or if not, I hope it's just been fun to watch. Take care and make sure you look after yourselves. Bye bye.